Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto Became the King of the Necromancers. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the Deadliest Bloodline over Anime King 3 and enjoy that guys. And also for Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was a Badass Leader, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, with this to begin this new episode, start the intro. So the last time we left off, Jiraiya came inside of the store as he came to see Baron Chi. He wanted to know what he had planned, and not to mention, he wanted to know about Naruto as well. As Naruto took him on a trip, Jiraiya found himself blasting out of the world as he was facing the sun looking down on the earth. As Baron Chi spoke to him, several things that sound rather conflicted that, well, they were just cryptic. As he saw a young Naruto that pushed him, Jiraiya found himself in his apartment as he was breathing rather heavily. Afterwards, Uncle came to visit as she wanted to know what was going on. The last time she had her seal, it was at the gate and Naruto touched her. But in truth, she just wanted to thank him because he took something away from her that had haunted her for most of her life. She wanted to tell him that he didn't know how much he had helped her. But Naruto revealed himself as, well, who he was. As he removed the hood, she was caught off guard as she was not expecting this one bit. Minato placed a seal on back for her neck when she saw the both of them as she fell unconscious. As Kushina was the one to explain to her and make her understand. The next day, which was the Chunin exams, as they spoke, as she didn't really have that much friends in this village, and she would like to accompany him. Not to mention he saved her from this horrendous seal. As it was finally time, Sahara was there with her two sisters. Sahara was forced to accept them that they, well, that he belonged to the three of them. As her sisters would not give it a rest, and it was either killing all of them and Naruto would be angry at her for doing that. So she did not kill them, so she gave in to their demands. But they better watch themselves. The matches went on as Neji faced off against Rock Lee. As Naruto had told Guy that he had to make a choice, and Guy chose who was his favorite student. As Harrison was talking, as he saw the daughter of the Kazekage right beside Naruto. This was making things even worse that Naruto was so close to that girl. But still, he was a Hokage of Konoha and he would not let Naruto go back to the sand because his home is here. As another matching went off, as Kankyo did not go down to fight, she was told to reserve her energy. Sahara went down there. She faced off against Sasuke as the both of them fought, to the point where the both of them came into a stalemate, but they were stopped by feathers falling. As the invasion was about to begin, as Orochimaru chuckled darkly. So yeah guys, that's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across to the place, check out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode. Oh well, I guess the exam will be suspended until this is sorted out, said Naruto, as chaos exploded around him and the three sisters, as Sahara joined him and the others. Apparently you were right. Orochimaru tried to take the Kazekage place to drive us into a suicide attack. Orders have changed. Destroy whatever sound shinobi you come across, Baki said. And Konoha, Temari said, not our problem, as we will just defend ourselves. In the meantime, if a leaf is crippled, or Kami permit destroyed, then it's even better there, Sensei said. Now, Naruto-san will come with me. This is no place for a civilian, said Baki. That is not necessary. I will personally be defending him. Baron Sam has already packed up and left this village as we speak. You, just follow your orders, said Veronica, as she stood between him and the boy. If you say so, you three, get moving, as he also joined the fight. If you three lovely ladies will join me, I will guide you towards our dear Orochimaru, said Naruto as Minato and Kushina appear and flanked his sides. Show the way, said Sahara, with a bloodlusty grin. Meanwhile, with Anko and the Konoha forces, come on, let's push those bastards out of the village, Anko said, as she was with a group of Jonins. It's all your fault. It's your sensei attacking the village and guiding the invasion forces. It's just like the incident with Forbidden Scroll. You're trying to destroy us, one of the men yelled angrily. What? Don't try to pull that bullshit on me now. Amongst all of us, I'm the one who always gave my best of my abilities to defend this village no matter what. I am not the bastard, and you all know that, she yelled angrily back. Liar! Who else could have helped him prepare for everything? Only an insider could give him the information that his plan succeed, another one said, as Uncle glared at them. You're waiting for this, weren't you? For the right excuse to attack, or maybe kill me, she said. Well, what could one expect from a snake like you? Just like that Orochimaru traitor, the man said, moving closer. You know what? Screw you. Screw your village. And screw all of you hypocrites. I already had doubts, but if I have to listen and stay here and listen to you bastards keep hurling insults my way, I will leave this hellhole, as she was barely keeping her rage and tears suppressed. I knew it. You are working for the sound. Actually, she's working for me. The man snapped his head around as he saw several flashes. The sound ninjas around them were put down rather easily, as his comrades were being restrained by something moving quickly, as a voice called out, Baron Shi, I came here to take my new bodyguard. The voice said as Veronica gave Anko a mask, like what his parents use. It's a pleasure to work with you, boss, said Anko, as she accepted the gift. So you're defecting to the sign then, the man said, glaring at her. No, I'm defecting to Baron Shi. It doesn't matter where he is. The sand, Kumo, or even the stone, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm the hell out of your Uncle said. Good. No, my friends. Handle the rest of them. We have a tight schedule, and we can't afford to waste time. As Kushina chuckled, as you wish, she said. It was over within seconds. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next. Voice of the Less. I have a young soul to stop from departing from this world. Before I move on to that tasty, snaky soul, said Naruto, as he was still in the shadows. Yes, Baron Shi-sama, they all said, as they moved. Meanwhile, with Hiruzen and Orochimaru, as Orochimaru was trapped in a barrier with his former student, the two fought valiantly as they clashed furiously. Hiruzen was proud to see his village stand up to the might of the sound. As they were not falling, Orochimaru was pissed off, as Konoha was, well, not going as he expected. What's happening? Why is the stand not fighting against Konoha? Orochimaru hissed angrily as he clashed once again with Hiruzen. You underestimate the alliance between our two villages. That's what happens, said Hiruzen as he clashed back. Alliance? Stealing a greater part of their missions, leaving them with mere crumbs. That is what you believe is an alliance? What a old fool. It doesn't matter though. I only needed them to add more chaos to the invasion. But apparently, someone discovered the truth and alerted them, Orochimaru said as he snarled. It doesn't really matter why you're here. My only goal is to finally stop you, Hiruzen said as he charged once again. Meanwhile, with Naruto and his undead group. Naruto? Jiraiya says he appeared in front of the boy. Jiraiya, said Naruto with a tiny nod of his head. I need to... As Naruto spoke up, you are torn between using that seal to trap me here or letting me go, aren't you, said Naruto. You are really considering taking away my freedom because Konoha. Well, Sir Toby, consider me property of Konoha, and you are ordered to capture me, said Naruto, as his tone was calm. You are from Konoha. Your parents are from here. You can't just forget about your origins, said Jiraiya. And tell me, who's my father and my mother, said Naruto. I don't know, since he never discovered. As he looked away. Liar, said Naruto. I see that Baron Shi could not take your head out of Hiruzen's ass. You still follow your orders blindly. Ignore not your heart and instincts, said. You don't know what you're talking about. I know who my parents are, but that's not what is important right now. But I see that just turning off your brain and following orders is the way you choose to cope with your shinobi life, isn't it? You can't have remorse if you just act like a tool of the village after all. Screw justice, screw ideals, and screw what a young boy might want. Konoha has something snapped in his fingers, and his precious dogs hurry up to obey. This is how a shinobi village works, right? Said Naruto. Shut up, said Jiraiya, as he moved forward. But Jiraiya was caught off guard by one of Baron Shi's guards, who grabbed his wrist and snapped it. Stay put, old man, said Minato, as the seal fell from his hand. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. As Kushina slammed her knee into his stomach, as he doubled over. I hope you're proud of yourself. You just tried to kidnap the son of your former student, using the worst kind of sealing technique possible. If Minato was here, he would have crushed your head for treating his boy like a criminal. You are a disgrace as a sensei, and as a man, and as a human. People instead have doubts, but you lowlife, just ignore all of that to choose the easier way to resolve your problem. You coward. You beast, Minato said in disgust, as he recognized how brutal a seal would have been to capture his son. That was not a normal sealing tag, and the man would have used that on his son. The same seal used on prisoners that are waiting for execution. As Naruto shook his head, you really try hard to save me from the sand. Thank you very much. As the group simply moved away, as Jiraiya gripped his stomach in pain, as his forehead rested on the dirty floor. The masked man voice sounded so similar to Minato's own. It was like Minato was there disowning him, and disgracing him as a mentor, as a sensei. For the first time since the Kyuubi's attack, he cried. As he looked towards Naruto retreating back, he couldn't find the will in him to chase them down. His resolve breaking at his new mistake that he has done. If you're wondering, Naruto's voice sounded out. You'd have still failed. That seal cannot work on me. Special chakra, remember? My energy is technically dead. There's no life for you to suppress. But it's not too late, old man. Baron Shi can see far in the future. And you still have a choice. Don't forget that. Jiraiya looked up with tears in his eyes. Thank you, he said, as he burned the seal with a small fire jutsu. Be happy in the sand because I'll keep an eye on you. At the smallest problem, I'll take you back to Konoha. Mission? Said Naruto. No. Godfather duties. Village be damned, Jiraiya said sadly. See? You're still worth something, said Naruto. But don't believe I'll just leave the sand to live here because you're my godfather. I still don't trust you. We'll see about that, said Jiraiya as he disappeared in Sunshin. As Kushina turned towards him, will you really consider living here, she said. No, I have nothing that linked me to this place, said Naruto. I'm a citizen of the sand. Now and forever. Okay then, let's have a stop at our former house. At least we won't leave anything behind, she said, as she hugged the boy. As you wish, mother, said Naruto. Meanwhile, with Tenten and Guy, we need to escort the civilians to the shelters. Pay attention, Guy ordered, as he hoists a young girl on his back. What about the others, Sensei, said Tenten. The other Genins are helping too. Okay, come little one. Let me help you find your mommy, said Tenten as she took the hand of a young kid, guiding her away. Move, people, it's too dangerous here, said Guy, as battle erupted around them. My husband. I can't find my husband, a woman yelled between tears. He will be okay. We will find him once you all reach safety, Tenten said, try to calm the woman down. Konoha scum. Die. Run. Tenten will guide you to the shelters. I'll buy you time, said Guy, as he grabbed the man by the arm and spin him into several other sound ninjas. This way, follow me, said Tenten. Mommy, the girl cried, the small child that she was holding on to. Guy saw where the child was looking as he saw her mother was captured. He charged towards the enemy as he put all of them down quickly, rescuing the woman. Go, I'll take care of them, as he moved between the woman and the rest of the invaders. Thank you, she says. She rushed over to the group and picked her daughter up after thanking Tenten. Where are the envoys? There are too many enemies, Tenten says. She looked around, even with the stand unwilling to help in them. By fighting the enemies, the situation was getting dangerous. Well. A lone kid playing adult by defending some poor civilian. How brave. A large man wearing a forehead protector with 3 sound ninjas behind him moved towards a group of the civilians. I may be a Genin, said Tenten. She stepped forward. But it doesn't mean I'll surrender to you. It takes me back when we were Genins. Do you remember how cocky we used to be, Asha? One of the men said. I know, Ransu. But you didn't have that pretty ass that she has. Do you think that she will mind us taking care of that group that she's defending? The leader of the group, Asha said, with a little laugh. Who knows? Come on, little brat, step aside, before we have to spank you and send you to bed without dinner. As the group burst into laugh. I wouldn't laugh if I were you, said Tenten as she glared at them. Listen, you little brat. You're lucky that we're the ones that crossed your path. The others will have killed those bastards and spent some time using you, Asha said. And you won't kill them, as if I believe you, said Tenten. No, we want to kill those men and women. The only difference is you're gonna return home with your innocence intact. And few bruises here and there. There's really no fun in killing a genin. You brats can barely clean your nose by yourself, let alone fight properly, the leader said. Then attack me. I won't just leave and let them die, said Tenten, as she stood her ground. The leader moved as she blocked his kunai with her own. As kunais were thrown towards her back, she leaped out of the way. Her ankle was then pulled by one of the men. She kicked him rather roughly as he was forced to release her, as she saw some of the civilians being captured. No you don't, as she moved as a blade ripped right into her stomach. Sorry kid, we both have to do what we're asked. This is the life of a shinobi, Aisha said, as he removed his blade from her stomach. Before any of those men could move, several objects were thrown at civilians' feet, as golden gas came out of it. As the civilians fell asleep, I find the description rather fitting. A pity though, I need that girl alive, and you lot dead. Even though I would have liked to talk to you about this thing, said Naruto. Two of the members lost their head as something moved, as Veronica came in and sliced a man in two, before piercing another one. As Uncle kicked a man so hard he snapped his neck. Barely starting working for you, and I'm already killing bastards. This job is awesome, Uncle said. Who are you? The leader said, as he went into a defensive pose. My assistants, shall we say, said Naruto. He turned as a hand ripped into his stomach, but he was not bleeding. I'll take your soul if you don't mind. I kinda need some extra energy, said Naruto, as he ripped something out of the man, a blue flame. The man's face twisted into a scared expression as he fell down. Am I dying? Asked Tenten. Technically yes. Lucky for you, your dear mother Python convinced me to help in you. A cloaked Naruto said, kneeling right beside her. Mom? Wait, you're Baron Samedi, she said, as she was able to see under the hood, with them being so close. Sama? As he chuckled, yes I am, now stay still. I need to stop your soul from leaving, and your life force from stop flowing. A free hand that was not holding on to Asha's soul. Naruto reached in, as his hand just went through her. Soul for a soul, man for a man. Life worked like this after all. With every death, a new life began. Yours will just start once again. As he crushed the man's soul, and forced Tenten back inside of hers. As she gasped for breath. Patch her up and bring her somewhere safe with the others, said Naruto. And you, master, said Veronica, as Kushina started to heal the girl the best she could. I have a snake I need to catch. Part of my visions showed me something rather interesting. Before this end, I want to see what it's about. Uncle, come with me. I promise you, I would let you watch him die before joining the shop near the underworld. And I am a man who always keeps his promises, he said. Come in, boss. Wait, what about the civilians, she asked. Once the others wake them up, they will be too confused to remember anything about my powers. I can't have too much people knowing about my abilities. The less they know, the better, until I'm ready. Wait! Does this mean I owe you my life? Does this make me your servant? Said Tenten as she leaned on Minato. No and no. I follow your mother's request. Nothing more, nothing less. Feel free to live your life as you wish. And you? You always ask for something in exchange of your services. What have you asked? For saving my life, she said in a worried tone. When your time comes for real this time, your soul will return to me, and I will be the one to decide if you move on or remain in the world of the living. I won't decide if you go to heaven or hell. I'd like to leave the choice to the ones that have more experience in that field. Well, unless you piss me off some way, I would gladly tear your soul and send it to the deepest pits of hell, uncaring of whatever good you did in life. So I'm your slave, said Tenten, as she was paling. No, I'm just a new owner of your soul, and you can do whatever you want with your life. I won't force you into anything, now go. You need your rest. Thank you, she said, as she was led away. You know, she might tell everyone who you are, said Uncle as they moved towards where Orochimaru was. That's a good thing in owning her spirit. I can stop her from telling anyone. Even the Yamanaka cannot extract information out of her. Cool, said Uncle. Dark arts. They gave you a lot of freedom, said Naruto with a chuckle. Meanwhile, as Hiruzen was frozen in fear as he saw 4 coffins, rose up in front of his ex-student, the writing of 1st, 2nd, and 4th, making him back off with realization. What's wrong, Sensei? Scared to face some old friends? As Orochimaru laughed. You should be happy to see them again, as the light started to open. So someone used my jutsu. A man with grey hair and blue armor said, a bit of surprise in his voice. Yes, brother. But whoever it is, he failed to call one of us brother. As the third coffin opened up and a corpse fell out. I don't know why I can't call back the fourth, but the first and second should be enough to keep you occupied. Isn't that right, Sensei? Hiruzen? Is that you? You look old. Has life treated you well? Yes, I'm very sorry to see you and your brother be treated like this, the old man said. It's not your fault, now pay attention, because we won't be able to hold back, Tobirama said, as the seals were plunged into their necks. Enough chatting, show him why you two were so feared and respected, Orochimaru said, as the two Hokages moved. Hiruzen used Enma to stop a kick from Tobirama, but he was still thrown back. Wood style, nativity of a sea of trees, Hoshirama called out, as roots exploded upwards, spreading all over the place. Damn it! As Hiruzen jumped from a branch to another, trying to dodge Hoshirama and Tobirama attacks, water style, great sharp bullet technique. As he pushed both hands forward as a massive shark of water rushed from Tobirama going towards Hiruzen. A series of roots blocked his feet. He cursed the water, destroyed everything where he was. Hoshirama turned as he launched a wooden spear right towards Hiruzen. Ooh, dodged it just in time. I barely managed to substitute myself. I need another plan. Fast, Hiruzen thought. Outside the barrier, both Necromancer and Snake Mistress was watching the battle unfold on a nearby rooftop, as they knew that what was going on inside would not draw anyone's attention towards them, because what was going on inside was so, well, entrapping to watch. That's the thing, say. A poor attempt of summoning, but it's a wonder that Tobirama can create such a thing without being a Necromancer. What should we do, Uncle said. Hoping that this doesn't derail too much, I'll try a summoning ritual myself and help the old man. Last thing we want is Hiruzen becoming a martyr. God forbid his successor use this as a reason to start war. What I need is for him to illegally step down and then die quietly out of the limelight. It saddened me to do this, but he's idolized in the village and it's ideal too much. If not dead, I need him in a position where he cannot make any further damages, as Naruto draw a circle of runes around himself as he sat cross-legged in the middle. You sure? What about the next Hokage then, Uncle asked. I already have a few candidates to suggest to the Fire Daimyo. When talking to him as Baron Shi, offhanded comments are normally dismissed, but they're still in the subconscious and twisted in that user's mind, to make them believe that the comments are their own, and make them bring it out to reality. You sure? Who are those candidates, Uncle asked. As she started to shiver, the place started to become incredibly cold, as Naruto's symbol started to glow blue. The first one I have in mind is Nade Senju. She's not interested in a position if I can track the profile correctly, but once I am done with her, I believe that she will be interested. She's a woman with heart, and her head is in the right place. It will be a hard time before anyone could manipulate her, and since I'm aiming to maintain the status quo of the elemental nation, I will have to be really direct and take things in my personal hands. But I've already accepted this as my mission, said Naruto, his eyes dull as his head leaned back as he went into some sort of trance. Uncle looked down towards him. Normal people move war to change things. He instead will be the only one to decide who is in power and who dies while acting like a puppet from the shadows. She really didn't know which one was more creepier in her opinion. Meanwhile, back in the fight, Fire Dragon Flame Bullet! Hiruzen launched huge fireballs that destroyed several trees. Good, like this. I'll be able to slow down the trees and also keep Tobirama from manifesting water from the air because of the heat. Wood style, woodcutter technique. The voice of Hoshirama came out as he thrust his arm out as a long spear of wood launched towards Hiruzen fast. It clashed with his staff as Tobirama used it as leverage and run down it and disarm him with a wicked kick. Damn it, he cursed as Hoshirama created a blade of wood and came to attack him. Well, Sensei, I guess it's time for us to say farewell, said Orochimaru as the wooden blade was coming closer to Hiruzen's heart. A chain sickle flew from the trees, slicing the arm of Hoshirama off. Huh. And you are the first and second Hokage. Pitiful. Hiruzen looked at this strange sickle. And that voice. can't be. As someone stepped from the shadows, a rather muscular man of average height, with blonde hair reaching down to his back, and a scar on his cheek. He had unusual dark eyes, as he had the breathing respirator over his face. The upper portion of his mask had on the rain insignia on it. As Orochimaru was confused, Hiruzen was shocked as well. "Hanzo?" Orochimaru yelled in disbelief. "Impossible," said Hiruzen, as he watched a man that was said to be recently dead appear in Konoha, and not to mention he was as young as when he fought the three Saiyans and named them. "I was called by him to help you. Just so you know, I have no choice in this. So take your weapon, close that mouth of yours, and let's end this so I can go back to resting in peace." As Hanzo kicked the staff towards Hiruzen, who caught it. "Him? Who's the one calling you? Who else know the Tensei? Tell me," Orochimaru said in anger. "I am forbidden to say, but no, it's not a jutsu that called me, and the one that did is far worse and darker." As the man twirled the Kizurigama in his hand, as the thing sliced through the trees as he moved, Hiruzen was shocked by the display of power. "Whoever it is must have gave him extra power," Hiruzen said. "Well, I'm not the one to be looking at give horse in the mouth," as he flashed the hand sign. "Fire style. Fire dragon technique." As Hiruzen pushed as much shock as he could as he released massive fireballs towards Hoshirama. Hoshirama flashed through hand sign. "Wood style. Thousand dragon pillar technique," he said. His hands got covered by a wooden pillar before shooting forward as he created hundreds of dragon faces. The fireballs were dispelled as the wood was burned. "This is no good. Whoever summoned Hanzo is making this too complicated." Orochimaru cursed at that. "I'll be forced to take part in this myself, luckily. Some hard work never scared me," he says. He stepped forward. "Orochimaru-sama." A man with a stone forehead protector yelled from outside the barrier. "What do you want?" "We are losing terrain. The sand betrays us, and between them and Konoha, we're getting exterminated." The man was captured by the envoy on the barrier. "Wonderful, just wonderful," Orochimaru said. "This is being drawn on for too long, and soon the full force of Konoha will be here to help the woman. At least the barrier is still going strong," he said. It was at that very moment that Minato and Kushina and Veronica let loose of the explosions underneath the entire building, as everything went up in a boom. Instead of falling through the barrier, they collapsed right beneath it in a glorious explosion. "Maybe we overdid it," said Minato, as he beheaded the boy with 4 arms. "Nah, it was awesome," said Kushina as she cleaved a big bone boy in half. "What about the girl?" said Veronica, as she diced a 2-head boy with her blades. "Capture her. We will see if she can join us," said Kushina. "Willingly," said Minato. "Those are details," said Kushina. Meanwhile, a few floors below. "What happened?" Orochimaru said, as he got up on shaky legs, confused. On the other hand, Hoshirama and Tobirama were impaled by hands that looked to be made from shadows, while Hanzo was already rotting away and turned to dust. "What?" Orochimaru said, as another pair of hands ripped through the 2 Hokages and pulled out strange, bluish flames out of them. "I will keep those if you don't mind. Who knows when 2 powerful souls like these guys will be useful for my plan." A cloak, smirking Naruto said, walking in the shadow, with Anko still behind him. You are that fool Baron Shi," Orochimaru said, a growl. "Nice to meet you. Do you want me to read your future?" "I can do that for free, since I won't have a problem telling you that you'll be dead in a couple of minutes," said Naruto, chuckling, as he sealed away Hoshirama and Tobirama's soul inside of 2 spears of glass. "Dead? You're such a naive idiot. I can't be killed by a cloaked buffoon." Sand erupted around Orochimaru. "I never said I was the one coming after you," said Naruto, as Sahara walked out. "What? The sand brat? How?" Orochimaru said in surprise. "I can manipulate souls, Orochimaru. I can hide one if I want to, especially if the one that is hiding by me is willingly let me manipulate their soul." As the sand started to constrict Orochimaru. "Orochimaru, you killed my father and took away my revenge. My chance of revenge for all the pain and sorrows that man caused me and my family. For this, I will shred you to pieces and feed your blood to Shikaku and my mother." As Naruto reached up and pat the man's cheek, "It was nice to meet you, Orochimaru," he said, as he absorbed Orochimaru's soul out of his body without being seen by Sahara. As Sahara clenched her fist and broke Orochimaru's body, she broke it down to paste, squinching and tearing it to pieces. A red paste was left on the ground. As Naruto walked up to Sahara, "You okay?" he said. No, as she hugged him. I thought killing him would have made me feel better. But it didn't, she said. Then I think we're gonna have to work harder. For you to leave behind that pain and look forward towards a happy, new life. As he removed his hood to kiss her. Okay, she said and nodded. I think I'll keep this, can I, said Uncle, as she picked up a sword from Orochimaru's remains. I have no problem with that. I still want to study it though. As you wish, master, she said. So, you willing to join me, said Naruto. I told you, in the exchange of a new life. And watching that sneak bastard, death, I will join you. I know that you can't wait to try me, she said, in a rather sultry voice. You don't need to do those things, said Naruto as he chuckled. And I don't want to go too much out of character, Uncle said, as she chuckled. I just want you to be happy, and help me in my jobs and missions, said Naruto. You're free to do as you please. You know, keep on saying this romantic stuff, and I maybe actually fall for you, as she gave him a quick kiss on the cheek, and hugged him. Hands off, said Sahara. As Uncle looked towards her, he's my master. I can't resist if you want to use my body for lust. She had to leap, as a sea of sand tried to grab her. Come back here, Sahara yelled. Oh joy. Some more chaos for my life, said Naruto. Now what to do with you, as he looked towards the unconscious Hiruzen. First off, let's make your hands useless. Like that, you'll be forced to step down. Once Natty get here, we'll put you in a nice job where you can push papers in a nice pretty office, where you can't cause any problems, said Naruto. As Naruto grabbed into Hiruzen's arms, into it, and ripped out two holographic image of his arms and released them, before he pulled out a knife, with strange runes all over it. As he chanted a few words, the blade turned red, as he sliced, removing a part of Hiruzen's arms. As he flew off, Hiruzen's arms turned purple. Good. Soon the envelopes will be here to help you. To them, Orochimaru will be the culprit of this. And I can also convince the Fire Lord that Snaddy need to remain in Konoha to heal you. Luckily, I have some darts on the medic, so they can tell you can't really push yourself too hard, or it will just get worse. Veronica appeared. Everything is ready, Master Shi. 3 of the 4 guards are dead, and the corpses are collected. The girl is immobilized in case you want to use her for a specimen. As Minato and Kushina appear with a red-haired girl, tied up. That is rather unexpected. I'm not one for human experiments unless it's an unpaid client, but trying some minor things is not against my ethics, said Naruto. Let's move, the others must be in need of some help to tighten things up and hunting away the remaining forces of the sound, said Minato. We better, the sooner we finish the sooner we'll be able to leave this village. I don't want someone trying to keep me here. At the end of the day, Konoha could only count a few casualties. That was good, given the fact that it was a full-blown war. Well, if the sand did not help them, well, there was more interventions that they didn't even notice. But at least your people didn't die much in the hundreds. It was just a few, and a few wounded, nothing too bad. The sand came out of it, pristine, seeing their betrayal of the sound. That will motivate the daimyos to speak to each other, to stop any future conflict from happening between the two nations. As for Baron Shi, there will be a fluctuation of people that want to have his services now, after hearing about his predictions and his lucky charms. As for the man himself, what now? The Kyuubi doll asks. Now we wait. Due to her help, Sahara has been trained to become the new Kazekage. We have to open a spy network to keep eyes on people like Oniki and A. In Konoha weak moments they might try something, and we can't have that. I fear that soon enough we'll be in more troubles than what you can even handle, said Kurama. I fear that too. I need a break, said Naruto with a sigh. Let's go experiment with a new puppet. Like that you will distract yourself, said Kurama. I may have a test ride soon, said Naruto. I think I'm almost done with it. Time skip, the Sang, shop near the underworld. A few weeks after the invasion, it was a really hot Monday, as we found Naruto at his desk, with the old woman glaring at him. Annoyance being shown on her face. For the last time, Lady Chiyo, I am not trying to reproduce what the missing named sorcerer did with the dead bodies. I am not trying to create human puppets. He repeated for the 7th time in the last 20 minutes. The fact that remains, who don't pay you or attack you disappear, and they don't leave behind a body. I suspect that you're trying to use them for something, Chiyo said. I do use your body, said Naruto, that is true, but not for puppets. Then what for, said Chiyo. Adoria, show her please. As the bandaged woman walked in the room, The famous mommy of your shop, I presume, said Chiyo. Correctly, adore her. Show her what we do with the organs of those people, said Naruto. The woman removed the bandages to show the various zippers on her body. Zippers, said Chiyo, surprised. It made retrieving the organs easier, you see. I modified her body so that she can collect organs of any kind, without any problem of having the different blood types enter in conflict. And while they're inside of her body, those organs are purified. What do you mean purified? Asked Chiyo. Well, a damaged liver from too much drinking return back to normal in 2 weeks, and a heart that suffered a stroke a month, and it's reinforced enough to never have that problem again. Her empowered cell and immunity can destroy 99% of viruses and anomalies on the organs that she eats. Of those organs, half go to the hospital where the medics checked it, while the other half remain with me for my guards if they need them, and if I need to update my knowledge on the human body, he said. She seemed like a fine woman. How did you turn her? A man paid a shinobi to knock her down, so that he could steal her organs to survive. When I saw her, I began to shell that she was alive just because of a few machines that a few shinobis have stolen from a hospital. I used her body to create my new servants Adora. Given that the document only said that her name was A, what happened after that, said Chiyo. Well, once she was healthy enough to move and walk, I permitted her a last request before she joined my shop. A request? Of what kind? Taking back her organs with the interest, of course, that the shinobis that took her in the first place screams quite a lot when she swallowed them whole. Then she spat out their brain and stepped on it. She's a rather vindictive woman, said Naruto, as he chuckled at Chiyo's frightening expression seeing the massive tentacles on Adora's face. It would have been better if you had made puppets out of them, said Chiyo. They live empty lives. Even if painful their death bring new life, their organs help civilians and shinobi survive mortal wounds and sicknesses. At least they die for some good reasons. That's terrible, and yet, with those donations, people in the sand can live a lot longer. But not everyone will accept this, you know. They can whine all they want, but this is how this shop near the underworld works. There are rules I dictated the first time when the door finally opened to everyone. As long as they respect the rules, they don't have to worry about me or my retaliation. And yet, one day, people may try to force you out of the sand, said Chiyo. Lady Cho, the fears and decisions of humans have no meaning to me. I won't leave until I say so. Even the Kazekage had to accept this. Someone like me only move when they think it's time to leave, never sooner or later. Remember, I've only punched you once out in pain. Should they attack me, they will know how it feels. I will tell them, just stay in your shop and don't bother us, said Chiyo, as she stepped out with her eyes narrowed. Soon, you will meet Sasori again, old lady, and it won't be on nice terms, since his blood will be on your hands. Prepare yourself for that, as you will be called to kill him once and for all. You won't have a chance of making him escape out of your selfish doubts, said Naruto. What are you? Veronica slammed the door in her face, as the entire cave disappeared from her eyes. Hypocritical hag. She hates the white fang of Konoha for something he doesn't have a choice about, and she let Sasori escape because she can't bring herself to stop him, and yet she storms in here trying to teach me how to act. As Naruto scoffed. Don't mind her, boss. She just makes sure that you're not a maze for the sand. She just lack proper manners, Uncle said that grin. Last time I checked, you two lacking manners on certain things. That is true. But mine is a funny lack of manners, Uncle said the pout. That is true. You help animate this place a little, Uncle Chan, said Naruto with a smirk. Hell yeah I do, Uncle said. Door opened up once again as Temari stepped in. I take it Lady Chiyo pissed you off enough for you to reveal something rather nasty to her. Out of spite, correct? Said Temari. Is it so evident? Said Naruto. I saw her leave with downcast eyes. Really sad. People usually leave this place like that when you tell them off. I'm sorry, he said. My temper got the best of me. But at least you'll be ready to take a difficult decision in the future. Well, at least I hope so. We'll work a bit on your temper then, she said, with a gentle smile. As Naruto looked at her. Why are you here, by the way? By your expression, it seemed like you have something urgent to tell me. Yes, it is important. A message, with a royal seal for Baron Chi, came from the capital, apparently. The Wind Daimyo wished to speak to you as soon as possible. I'm surprised he waited this much to accept my request. I thought you would have called sooner, said Naruto as he got up. Apparently, he was curious what you want to talk about. Having Baron Chi move out of the sand in person, it's not something that happens every day. Well, it's not my fault this village is full of people that needs me to hold their hand and tell them every time that everything's okay. as he motioned for her to follow him down the hidden stairs. Tell it to her, as the Kage voices are, that he is so poorly unprepared that he will be coming here every day to ask for suggestions. As Naruto nodded, I will suggest to have Sahara take his place. Her being more stable should help people accept her. The fact that she also killed Asanin and was a key factor in defeating the Sound should also help. Try to suggest that when you see our daimyo is back in, we'll have a lot of weight, said Temari, as she watched him open his laboratory. I have a wider plan in mind, but I'll see what I can do. Unfortunately, I fear from now on I have to show my face. Last time he was too worried about his daughter to care. But they cannot let a masked man enter and go near the royal family unchecked. They will force me to reveal myself, for security reasons, as he near a long white table with a corpse that was covered by a white sheet. That's no good. Your description will get leaked and reach Konoha, said Temari. That's the reason from now on I'll use his body when meeting a daimyo and to lead my customers. From now on, this will be the face of Baron Shi, said Naruto, as he removed part of the face to show a tall, chubby young man with a handsome face, a small goatee, a faint shadow under his face. The whole body was covered in stitches with an X on his chest. All in all, he resembled the father of Veronica, with the marks all over him. Who is he? Said Temari. Someone I built using the parts of the bodies I borrowed from this and that. He will be the pilot of Baron Shi from now on. You can possess bodies? Said Temari. I can manipulate the motor skill of dead and undead bodies when not actively summoning your spirits used in battle. I can do that by maintaining them in my line of sight, but recently I discovered an alternative way that works wonderfully with dead or living beings that has a weaker will than me. As he took a chair and sit down near the body. Which is, said Temari. Like this, said Naruto as he opened his mouth. A purple flame shot from his mouth and float in front of Temari. That's my soul. It's just detached from my body, and I can freely leave whenever I want. Samedi did this to prevent me from being killed or sealed away. Contrary to normal souls, my spirit cannot be sealed away or contained. Should one try to seal me away, I would just slip right through their fingers like water. Nice, isn't it? He said, as he said that with an amused chuckle. Thud. As Naruto blinked, she fainted. How boringly predictable. As Naruto entered the new body. Several minutes later, Temari groaned as she started to wake up. Good morning, I'm about to go. Do you need something from the capital? A masculine, deep voice said. Naruto? Call me Baron Shi when I'm like this. Does this new body suit me? As he removed his hood to show purple eyes, with black studs in his ears, a black chain around his neck. All of his fingernails were painted black. He had a demonic ring on his finger. Yeah, said Temari, but I prefer the original. That's good to hear, I like you too. As he kissed her on the forehead, making her blush. We're to leave whenever you want, master, said Veronica with a bow. Good, let's go. I want to resolve this as soon as possible, he said. Do not rush, my son. We will succeed, said Kushina, as she and Minato flanked his side with Uncle, covering the back with Veronica. That I have no doubt, said Baron Shi. As with that the group made their way. But guys, to be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on that bell notification say posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was a Badass Leader over in Anime King, and enjoy that guys. And over in Anime King 3 I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the Deadliest Bloodline, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking about to all of you, and yes, I need to have 3 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3. So if you're not yet subscribed to all, go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and thank you guys. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace out.